Hello, magnificent beings. Eva Gregory here, founder of the Successful Spiritual Entrepreneur Group right here and the Enlightened Business Success Academy, where we help coaches and spiritual entrepreneurs attract high-end clients with premium offers and scale their businesses to six figures and beyond by integrating the practical business strategies with the spiritual aspects, the inner guidance, mindset, energy alignment. It's what I call where spirituality and practicality merge. Okay, today I want to talk to you about how you can confidently raise your fees as a coach or a spiritual entrepreneur and start charging for the value that you offer so you make the money that you deserve to make. And by the end of this session, my intention is for you to have made the internal shifts that you need to make in order to confidently increase your fees. So if that is what you want, then put "I'm in" the comments, whether you're here live or you're catching the replay. I always come back and check on the comments and respond. And today's session will be valuable for you if you have a coaching service, a program, a product, something that you're ready to take to the next level finally, right? Hello. Hey, Tina. Hey, welcome. All right. So what I'd like you to do right now, before we even get started, is just write down the fee that you currently charge. How's charge and charge for your programs or services. Okay. So write that down. And hey, Katrina, good to see you. And then after you write down the price that you're currently charging, write down the price you would like to charge for your programs or services. All right. So for instance, if you are currently charging $500 for your program or your service and you would like to be charging $5,000, write that down. Okay. If you now have an offer that's $197 and you want it to be $997, perfect. Write that down. So, whatever it is that you want is okay. So we want to just let's get this down and let's start to lock some of these things in for you. I mean, this is such an important topic to me because I feel like it could be a turning point for a lot of you because there's so many of you who have so much that you're offering, you're changing lives, and you're not charging what you could be, and to be attracting the types of clients who actually understand the value of what you offer and are happy to pay your fees. Okay. So I just want to talk about how that works. And then I'm going to share with you 3 mindset shifts. All right. We got to have some mindset shifts here so that you can start to confidently increase your fees. Okay. How do you take whatever you're offering right now and then increase the fees 2 times or 5 times or maybe even 10 times what you are charging right now? First thing you got to know is it's important that you deserve. Okay. You got to know this. You deserve to command healthy fees for the work you put out in the world. You deserve to be compensated fairly for the value of your programs and services. So we're going to talk a little bit about strategy, and we're going to talk about the mindset shifts that you need to make so that you can confidently command the higher fees that you want to charge. All right. Oh, look at that. My heart is palpitating over 10,000. Be excited. Let it be nervous, right? That's okay. Let it palpitate. It's like, oh my gosh, can I do it? Am I ready to take the leap? Yes. If you're feeling that, let those butterflies drive you. Know that you are being called by your inner guidance to charge for the value that you're offering. And so I want you to look at why it's important for you to increase your fees. Think about this. Now, the obvious answer, of course, would be you want to increase them because you want to make more money and have a profit margin that's higher. Okay. So let's say you double your fees from, say, 500 to 1,000. That's doubling it. Okay. Your conversions might drop a little bit when you do that, but you're charging twice as much money. So even if the conversions aren't as high, you will still make more money. Okay. I know this is something that I get a lot with my clients. Oh my gosh, if I do that, I might get less clients, but you won't need as many clients, and you'll still be making more money, and you will be compensated for what you're doing. All right. Just that one small shift right there in the way you do business could make a difference. All right. So as coaches and spiritual entrepreneurs, this is a way for you to actually be able to make more money with no additional effort by raising your fees. Now, if you feel like you want to add more to what you're doing, we're going to talk about this in a little bit, in order to make sure that what you're offering is of value. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about what to do, but I will also invite you to think of the value that you have right now is of value, right? Like, it doesn't need you to throw in the Ginzu knife. It slices, it dices, but wait, there's more. You don't need that stuff, okay? All right. And so this is usually what, coaches, when they're starting to work with me or coming into the Enlightened Business Success Academy, that's what they focus on first. We start increasing their fees, right? And they're mostly focused on raising their fees so that they can make more money. And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely not. However, there is more to it, right? So what's going to happen is a couple of magic things, right? Let's talk magic right here. When you increase your fees, number one, you're going to start to attract a higher caliber client. Okay. You're going to attract high-end clients that are more likely to succeed with you and who will apply what you're teaching them or what you're coaching them around. Okay. So get that. So you could think of the fees that you charge as the gateway for repelling those who don't see the value, who wouldn't apply what you're teaching them, the complainers and blamers who won't get the value and are the tire kickers, that kind of thing, right? There is no point in offering coaching and advice at such a low fee that folks don't realize the value in what you offer. And so then they don't bother to act on your advice. They won't show up. They don't do the work. And I'll tell you, I've been there. I have thinking, I'm going to offer all of this value and I'm going to make it at such a no-brainer price. And by the way, there is a way to do this. Okay. But where I was coming from was energetically, I wasn't aligned. There's a difference. We can talk about that as well. But just think that. And then I offered like a full-on program as a lead magnet. Big mistake. And you know what? This is a program I was charging $2,500 for at the time, and people were not following through. The people that bought the program did, but the ones that got it for free did not. Okay. So this is what I want you to think about. When you increase your fees to reflect the quality of the services that you offer, that is where you attract a higher caliber of clientele who's far more likely to apply what they're learning or implement what you teach. And they're the ones who get the results, which is a wonderful thing, right? That's what we want. We want our clients to get results. That's why we do what we do, right? Because if you're a coach or you're a spiritual entrepreneur and you're undercharging for the work you do and the results your clients can get, then they don't get them, right? All right. So we want to attract that higher caliber of client. And those who are not, that's okay. They're not a fit for you. That's okay. Love them and leave them to find someone they're more aligned with. Does that make sense? You don't want the people who are not a fit for you, who won't apply themselves, and then they don't get the results. I mean, they have to be the ones to do the work. I get that. We are the catalyst for them getting their results. We can't get the results for them. They have to do that for themselves, but we're the catalyst, and it's our job satisfaction, isn't it? Like, I want to see my people win, right? And so when you're undercharging and you're attracting the people that don't apply themselves, then what happens? You start to second guess yourself. You start to think it's because of you. And then you start to question yourself. So now it's even harder to attract more clients with that kind of energy. Does this make sense? Because if you're coaching people and they're not getting results with what you're sharing, that your confidence gets shaken. And then you attract more clients who won't get results, or you don't attract the next client at all. And then you find yourself in this downward spiral, okay? We don't want that. And by the way, it is not about you, but it is about you taking a stand for the value you offer, all right? Money is an exchange of value. Your clients are exchanging value for the value they receive from you, your programs and services. And the lower the fee, the lower the perceived value of what you offer. And then the folks that you attract are those that are comparison shoppers. So they have less skin in the game. They can't see the value for the program offers that you make. And so they don't treat it that way. And then they don't get results, and you don't necessarily get more clients or better clients for sure. But when you can understand the value you offer and you're willing to increase your fees, you start attracting that higher caliber of client. And because of the bigger investment that your clients make, they are way more likely to implement and get the results. And then it's easier for you to attract more clients at that level. Hey, now you're in an upward spiral and not a downward spiral or an endless loop. Typically, the more someone invests, the more likely they are to get results. I know I pay a lot to my mentors, and you better believe I am in there doing what I need to do to listen to them and apply what is resonating with me, for sure. There's just a lot higher commitment, so they don't just blow it off, right? And think about yourselves. If that's been you, you've probably gotten things, and you maybe even get the value of what you've gotten in your offers, or not your offers, but when you bought someone else's programs or products. But then it wasn't much of an investment, and then you let it go. You didn't really apply it, right? And think about when you have invested more, that you really applied yourself more to those. It's a mind thing, right? But when you undercharge for your programs and your services, you are actually doing your clients a disservice. And then they don't see the value, they don't get the results that they so desperately want, and you could help them with. And once again, you start to question yourself, you start to question your abilities, right? And then what happens is, as you start to question your abilities, then you think, what's wrong with me? Maybe I'm not meant for this. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. It's not that. You're not cut out to be undercharging. That's what you're not cut out for. Does that make sense? Those lower fees that don't reflect the value you offer, then they see what you do as a commodity versus something that can transform their lives, okay? You do not want to be seen as a commodity. You are changing lives, and you've got to be willing to charge fees that reflect that, okay? Yes, no, maybe so. I would love to hear in the comments, am I ready? Am I ready to charge for the true value that I offer? Just put the yes, I'm in the comments if that's you, whether you're here live or on the replay. I do come back and check. Yes, go Katrina. Awesome. I love it. Yes. So when you're undercharging, what happens is then you're thinking small, right? Because if you're charging a small amount, there's only so much you can do when you're only bringing in a certain amount of money in that you can do with your clients and how you can serve your clients. You need a lot more clients also, just to be able to make the amount of money you need to support yourself and to stay in business. And that's how you end up overworked, overwhelmed, and stressed and struggling in your business. When you start to charge the higher fees, you actually need fewer clients in order to support yourself and your business. And you can still have as many clients as you want. There's ways to scale even at the high end. We teach that in the EBSA, Enlightened Business Success Academy, right? So there's ways to do it, but you don't have to. You don't have to. And when you start to charge those higher fees and you don't need as many clients, then you're around to help and serve your clients in a much bigger way than you could at those lower fees. Does that make sense? I hope so. Now you're in a position to provide that higher level of support so that your clients can get even better results. All right. And you can't even begin to think about that if you're just, like charging just enough to get by. Okay. Now, usually I'm ready again. Okay. We got some readies. All right. Awesome. Love it. Yes. Oh my gosh, guys, if I could just get you to see this, it would make my day. Just make my day. All right. So usually we're focused on increasing our fees for ourselves, right? But what most what most coaches and spiritual entrepreneurs don't understand is there's actually this domino effect, okay, and that can have on your caliber of clients that you're bringing in. Does this make sense? I hope so. All right. So when you start to charge the higher fees, then you are able to serve in a better way, in a much deeper way, a richer way. And in that way, then of course, your clients can get those results. Okay. I hope this is making sense. I keep switching over here, guys. I'm sorry because I'm looking at the comments rather than looking at you. Okay. So when your clients come in, again, the reason you want to increase your fees is so you can deliver that higher quality program or service, right? So if you only charge, I don't know, let's say you're charging 200 or 500 for your offer, it's not possible to deliver a higher quality service. You can't afford the caliber of support that you could be providing your clients to ensure that they are getting the kinds of results you want to see them get as well. Okay. And that's why so many people continue to struggle after investing in online courses and products and programs, right? Without the support they need to help them apply it to their situation and the accountability to keep them moving and to keep them committed to their success are some of the things where people will fall out. They'll slip through the cracks, okay? Most folks will never finish a course they bought. Ask me how I know. I'm one of them, okay? Some don't even open it up. Or they'll listen and they'll watch the trainings, but they never actually go back and apply it. And so then they don't succeed because they don't have much skin in the game. And the other thing with courses where there's not that a level of support, which you could be doing with your higher caliber clients, is that it's cookie cutter, okay? And it's a one size fits all, and that rarely ever works, rarely. And of course, the program creator doesn't have the incentive or the bandwidth to provide that caliber of support because they're undercharging, all right? I would much rather charge more and make sure that I can provide everything my clients need to succeed than having hundreds of folks sign up for a program that they don't implement, right? Hope this is making sense. Most courses and programs are all about information, okay? Very few are focused on implementation, which is why we designed the Enlightened Business Success Academy to be 20% information and 80% implementation, because it's the implementation that results in the transformation, right? Information is a commodity today. It has become saturated. You can go on YouTube, you can go to Google, and you can pretty much find the answer to anything. So we are in information overload today. What people want and what people are willing to invest in is their transformation. And you are here creating transformation. I know if you're in this group, that is your intent and that is what you have to offer. How much transformation and experience can you offer a client at $200 or even $500 versus the level of experience you could provide if you were charging $2,000? All right? I want you to get this. Let it sink in. To be able to offer more of that human touch. This is what so many are missing. It's the human touch. It's the support. It's the accountability. To be able to answer their questions as to how what they're learning applies specifically to them in their unique situation. Clients who are committed to their success will invest in their success, okay? And you can open up that reality when you charge more. At $200 or $500, you're just another avenue for information in a sea of information that's already available out there. You become another commodity, and you are not a commodity. And that's what I know about any of you who are attracted to my work or this group. You are not a commodity. Don't act like one, right? You're changing lives with the work you do. And so you do yourself and your clients a disservice, actually, when you're pricing your work at such a low fee that you're seen as a commodity. All right. So I'm here for transformation. If that's you, put I'm here in the comments. You're here for transformation. You're changing lives with the work you do. And so Let's say you create this highest caliber program that you can imagine. And you put in months of time and effort and you're designing the program. You've got everything in there you could possibly imagine to help them. And then you charge $500 for it. It doesn't matter how good the course is. It's now seen as another $500 program. Usually it's $497. That's what we do, right? $497. And that's what it's seen as. And that's about the level of impact people who invest in it expect from it. Easy to blow it off. All right. So these are the kinds of things you need to understand, especially in today's marketplace, So I hope that you are beginning to see what you have to offer when you price it to reflect the true value of the program that will attract the caliber of clients who are looking for premium programs and that extra level of support. Okay. When you increase your fees, not only are you able to create a lifestyle you deserve, we did go into business to make money, didn't we? I mean, sure, absolutely, for transformation of our clients and make a difference in the world, but also to make money so we're around to enjoy life, be the walking, talking example for the clients that you have, and be around to serve those clients, okay? It's actually in the best interests of your clients for you to increase your fees. So just marinate in that for just a minute, okay? I'll tell you what, when I first started out in this business, I was way undercharging for what I was offering. And I look back now and I think, what was I thinking? That's what I think, right? So my first program I ever offered, I offered it for a year long. I was charging $97 a month. And I had about 20 people in my first group. So, that's cool. So I was bringing in a little under $2,000 a month. All right. People, this was not paying my bills. It was not paying my bills. So what did I do? I started another group of 20. I did inch up my fee to $105 a month. All right. That was a little bit better. Still wasn't paying my bills. Now I got 40 clients that I'm working with. And then I opened up another group and another group. Okay, so I did end up having about 10 or 12 of these groups going, and that did make me a very decent amount of money, but I'm now working with over 200 clients, all right? And not all in this moving through something at the same time. That was the difference. You can scale with 200. There's a way of doing it, all right? So what we teach, but that's not what I was doing back then. And every time I started a new group, I now was committed to a whole other year. And after about 6 years of this, I was pretty burnt out and I didn't want to commit to another year. So I stopped launching the program. And of course, now over the year, as each of these groups started to complete, my bank account was going down, right? That is when I hired a mentor who was teaching how to offer programs at $5,000 or more for 6 months. And so my first $5,000 offer I followed what he had to say. It was a 6-month program. Within 3 weeks, I brought in my first 4 clients at $5,000 each. So right there, $20,000 right off the bat with 4 clients instead of 20. And that meant, of course, that I started offering it to more, all right? But my group program, the one that was offering me that same amount of money with 20 clients and then having to add more, was getting me to a certain level, right? I think it got me to $24,000 a month, but I was stuck. There. I had no more bandwidth, and I was working with over 200 clients to maintain that. So for some of you watching this right now, maybe you've got your own ideas that maybe you've gotten to a certain level and you're stuck there. I had hit a wall and I knew that I needed help to break past that. Now, I had coaches along the way, but what I needed at that time was a mentor who had traversed the trail I was on and could help me get to that next level and break through my mindset around this, right? There's no way I'd be where I am today if I hadn't had my coaches and mentors along the way. So when you're stuck, you need to get you a next level coach or mentor, because we all have our blocks, right? We have so many blocks we can't even see, right? And that's where I was. I had blocks I couldn't even see. Price was only one of the things that was holding me back. I thought that I needed to bring in more and more people into the programs. And I was already working with over 200, and I just could not see a way of doing that. It just didn't make sense to me. So that's how I got stuck. So when I invested in my next level mentor, that was when he told me at $15,000, right? One of the first thing he says is you got to raise your fee, Eva. You've got to raise it to $5,000 per person, and it's going to be a 90 or 120 day program. It's 126 months, right? So, all right, I'm listening. What else do I need to do? Nothing. That's it. And I have to tell you, my gremlins went crazy. I was totally freaking out. I was freaking out about the idea of raising my fees, much less that much. And then my mentor said, but why? Look at the value you're offering. Your work is so valuable. And why are you freaking out about this? Well, see, guys, this is what our mindset does for us, doesn't it? And I was freaking out because I had the blocks. I had the limiting beliefs. I had the stories about what I could and couldn't do. I had stories like, if I increase my fees, would anybody invest? I mean, folks are used to investing $100 a month with me right now. And by that time it was $175 a month. Okay. Yay. Ooh, I really upped it. So who's going to pay $5,000? What happens if they don't buy? Can anybody relate to my gremlins? Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God. Anyone have these fears? If I raise my price, nobody's going to buy. The other gremlin that was screaming at me was the one that say, do I even have it in me to confidently ask for those higher fees, vibrationally be in line with those? Do I feel worthy enough to charge $5,000 for a 120-day program? That was so far outside my comfort zone. And so think about the price that you're currently charging and how it would feel to double or triple or quadruple that. Inside your comfort zone or outside your comfort zone? I will tell you something. If it's inside your comfort zone, then why aren't you charging it, right? But normally it's outside our comfort zone. That's what's keeping us where we are. If you were to double your fees, are you thinking the same thing I was? Like, what if nobody buys? Or can I even ask for double what I'm charging now with a straight face? That was another one. If you're feeling that way, I tell you what, you are absolutely not alone, right? I'm just looking at the comments. I've got to spotlight one of the clients, one of my EBSA clients, and Annette Meinzer. She's also a member in this group. She came into the program. She was like, can I raise my fees? Yes, you can. And I'm telling you, it's a lot easier once you understand the value. You got the value. Do you understand it? She doubled her fees. She got 2 new clients at that higher fee right away. And what did she do? No, she didn't raise them again. She doubled them again. And then she got 2 more clients at her highest fees. And then in 1 month, she was able to bring in more than she had brought in the previous year. Okay. So proud of her. And so many, my members of the EBSA are always rocking it, right? She's just one example. So how many of you are experiencing that self-doubt and that insecurities about doubling your fees? And it may not be double. Okay. I have a thing about somebody says, oh, you're too far, just double it. Well, yeah, think about it and what it would mean to you. We're going to talk about how to do this. Like, you can grow into it. It's okay. For me, it took me 3 weeks to get up the nerve to actually invite clients into my program at $5,000. And I remember after a week, after my working with my mentor, that first session with him, he says, well, have you made your offer at the new fee yet? No, not yet. And then the next week he would say, have you made the offer at your new fee yet? No. And then he gave me a kick in the butt, right? And he challenged me to just do it. Stop thinking about it. Just do it. Just claim it. All right. And so I finally did. Week 3, took me 3 weeks. I made the offer, had the 3 or 4 clients. It was 3. And then immediately after that was 4 clients who signed up at $5,000. And then over the next 2 or 3 weeks, I had another 9 join the program at that price. Okay. Oh my gosh, what had I been waiting on? Right? That's what we do to ourselves. That's your gremlin. Your guidance is saying you're so valuable and there are clients who love you and will work with you at your higher fees. Okay? That's your guidance. Your gremlin is saying, who do you think you are? Are you crazy? That's your gremlin. Your gremlin lies. Your guidance never lies. Okay? So what did I learn from that experience? Number one, the people who see the value of what you offer are willing to pay for the value. And the biggest aha I got from this was a few of the folks who actually signed up for my new program at $5,000 actually had come from a program where they had been paying me $97 a month. So that gremlin got kicked out. What do you mean? They're not going to pay. People won't pay. Not only will people pay, people who were paying me only the $97 a month were the ones that came into this new program. And guess what? Not only that, they paid in full. So gremlins be gone, all right? If you've got those gremlins, that's not your truth. It is not your truth, okay? So stories dropped. And then, of course, the caliber of clients who are joining the program, and some of them who had never worked with me before were committed. The ones that were coming in from the lower end programs were committed at a different level, right? And even though my year-long program, it was amazing. I'm very proud of that program. People did get results. The perceived value wasn't there at the same level that it was for my new program, right? So a few things here. Number one, a higher fee attracts a more committed caliber of clientele. A higher fee attracts clients who have more skin in the game. And so they're more likely to implement what you teach and will get more wins. So bottom line, I increased my fees. My conversions stayed pretty much the same, which was really cool. The client wins went way up. And I was able to deliver a much higher level of experience because the profit margins allowed me to be able to do that. And I've gone on to grow and expand even more so over the years. But my business completely transformed when I made that decision to do this. And of course, the Enlightened Business Success Academy has grown. It's expanded over the past few years as well. My fees are even higher now, and the caliber of my program is even higher with the greater level of support that I'm able to give my people to work with them to get their wins, okay? So let's talk about the 3 shifts in beliefs that you need to make in order to increase your fees and start charging what your programs and services are really worth. Number one, you got to understand people aren't buying on price. Now, some of you might be thinking, what? What do you mean? Maybe you don't believe that's true. And I'd say, well, just if you think about it, well, let me put it this way. All people don't buy based on price. And if those, your ideal clients are out there, those that do not buy based on price, okay? So if you think about it, like, why would someone buy a Rolex watch and not a Timex? The Rolex is 100 times more, all right? If all people based on price, that would not be them buying a Rolex, right? So there are actually 2 prices to any decision that somebody might make, all right? There's two costs, 2 prices to any decision in life, whether it has to do with money or not, okay? There's the price and the cost of doing something, and there's the price and the cost of not doing something, okay? So there's 2 costs. And so you want your offers to be so valuable to the right person that the cost of not doing it is exponentially larger than the cost of doing it. All right. So for example, let's say you have an offer, it's $5,000, and let's say you help your clients grow their businesses. Actually, if we take real examples from clients in the Enlightened Business Success Academy, one of my clients, Kim, she joined the program. 4 days later, she signed up her first high-end client and made her entire investment back within a week. All right. So there was the initial cost of joining the EBSA, and then there was the cost of not joining. What she brought in, that would have been over $12,000 in her first 2 weeks that she would have walked away from. All right. And not only that, she went on to completely fill her client base with high-end clients. All right. So if you imagine her potential, her earning potential over the next year to 5 years or 10 years or lifetime because of that decision, based on a shift that she made about how she runs her business and how she prices her programs. Okay. Most folks only see the decision that's right in front of their face. That's the immediate cost, right? But there's a lifetime cost. So let's imagine for a second, let's take Annette. She's such a perfect example. She doesn't work with businesses or making money. What she does is she works with those who have lost their spouse or their significant other, okay, and they're in grief. So the transformation does not have to be about money. You might think if what you do is not based on helping people make money, that there's no financial cost for them working with you, but there's always a cost, okay? There is the cost of working with you, and that could be a premium offer at a premium investment. So that would be the cost to work with you, right? That's the immediate cost. But what is the cost of someone never finding happiness again after the loss of a loved one? Would that maybe affect someone's life more than a few $1,000s for the program and the support and the help that she gets them through in that process? Priceless, priceless. So you have to start looking at the cost if people don't invest with you, and it is exponentially greater than the cost of them working with you, okay? High-end clients don't buy based on price. They buy based on value. That's what they want to know. Can you help them with the transformation that they're looking for? Okay. All right. If we go back to Annette's situation, again, had she not gotten started with us, just think about the people that she wouldn't be impacting right now. And she's helping these people heal from the adversity of losing a loved one and creating an entirely new life for themselves. That's her work. And she's a genius at it. That's a whole other conversation that has absolutely nothing to do with making money. Okay, so take the money out of it. You don't let that gremlin say, but I don't help people make money. It's a gremlin. Do not listen to your gremlins. All right. What's the opportunity cost of that alone? The problems that you solve for your clients, the pain that the people you serve are in. And it's not pain, it might be a challenge or an obstacle. What is the cost of you not, the potential client not getting started? It's exponential. You've got to understand. This is why it's important for you to understand the value, not only of the value of when they're working with you, but long after they've worked with you. What have they taken away? What is the transformation, the skills, the breakthroughs that they've had, the new way of being in life that they've got long after they've stopped working with you? That's the value that you're giving them. You guys getting this? Oh my gosh, I hope so. Whatever it is you offer, you want your offer to be more valuable than the money you're charging. Okay. Right now, that's not a problem because you're probably undercharging, right? But if you can help them see that, then the money seems light compared to what they're going to miss out on, or compared to what they can get as a result of working with you to get out of that pain or that issue or that challenge or that obstacle. Okay. The benefit that they'll get based on the transformation they'll receive, that's what you're wanting to help them see. And when you can see that, it's a good sign that you've got a winning offer your clients will absolutely invest in. But you've got to see, when you can see the value of what you offer, then your clients, your potential clients, can see it too. But it starts with you. That's why I love what I do. I love helping coaches and spiritual entrepreneurs make a huge difference in the world, which you are, and grow a successful business that lights up their soul. All right. It's not about them just making money, but that's definitely one element of it. But it is the lives that they're impacting, and learning how to do it in a way that aligns with their soul, that it's aligned with their spirit and their values, and not doing things that they don't want to do, that they don't like to do. That's why you cannot be cookie cutter in what you're doing either. And usually for $200 or $500 or whatever the low end program is that you're charging, you're not going to be able to give that, right? So I want you to write this down and remember it. People don't buy based on price. Most people don't buy based on price because they don't. It's not that they don't have the money. It's not that some people don't have the money. It's that you don't yet have the right offer. You haven't positioned your offer. And when your premium offer is dialed in, if it's designed the right way, price becomes irrelevant. It's like, where do I sign? I love Alex Hermosi. I don't know if any of you know him. He's got a book. Oh, shoot. Can I remember the name of it? It's called The $100 Million Offer But he's like, so what you offer is so crazy valuable that people would think they were crazy if they didn't sign up for working with you or your program or product, right? Now, I loved that, but the whole point was really getting the value, providing the value, and then being able to offer the value at a price that you can afford to give them that extra support and accountability and the things that they need from you to create the transformation. Okay. People are investing in premium offers when they see that it can help them achieve whatever it is that they desperately want. All right. So most people don't buy on price. That's number one. Number two, super important to understand. And that is when it comes to increasing your fees, you have full permission to do it in baby steps. Okay. You can do it by raising your fees incrementally if that makes it easier for you. Rather you do that than not do it at all. So I say be the tortoise, not the hare. If that's more appealing to you, it's okay because eventually you'll get there, right? Now, why would I say that? Because if you're charging $200 or $500 for your offer and you are not, and you decide to, let's say you're going to decide to start to charge $10,000, there's this huge gap in your energy alignment, in your vibration around that. You're not vibrationally up to speed with offering a $10,000 program, even if what you're offering at $200 or $500 is a $10,000 program, right? And if you're not energetically aligned, you will not attract the clients. So it's not because your offer's not worth it. Absolutely it is. But it is because you've got to grow vibrationally into it. Does that make sense? Your belief system isn't yet aligned with the idea that you can offer or charge $10,000, right? So your internal beliefs have got to shift first before you make that massive leap in your price right out of the gate. But if you went from, say, $500 to $2,000, I mean, that's a big leap, but that's doable. You know, again, sorry, just checking the comments. Nothing. You guys still with me? Let me know. You're with me? Yeah? Yes, no, maybe so. Resonating? Let me know that. If you went from, say, $500 to $2,000, you know, it's a leap, but it's doable, right? When you reorganize what you're offering into a premium offer. And I'll tell you, you just get one or two clients at that new rate. Now you know what that feels like. Now, energetically, you just lined, right? You just aligned. And now what can you do? You can raise it to $2,500, say, for the next two clients that come in, right? You can make games like we set these things up so people say every 5 clients I'm going to raise my fee. So you can have little milestones and use that as a structure if you need to. And some people say, you know, like Annette, I doubled my fees, 2 clients. Oh, that worked. Let's double them again, right? That worked for her. Energetically, she was aligned with that, right? So make sure that what you do is supporting you and where you are, right? So you let yourself vibrationally get used to it so that you are mentally, emotionally, and vibrationally up to speed with it. And then 2,000 to 2,500, and then you make a jump to 4,000, hang out there for a while if you need to. I know that for me, the investment in the Enlightened Business Success Academy has gone up many times over the past 3 or 4 years. And I thought it was a lot when I first offered it. And today I look back and, you know, okay, maybe not. So start from where you are. It's okay to start from where you are. You have full permission to start from where you are. All right. And then be okay with incrementally increasing your fees if that's what it takes, because I'd rather you incrementally get those and get clients in than not be vibrationally up to speed and not be getting clients in. And then you start questioning yourself. And it's not about you. You are valuable. Your work is valuable, right? But we all have a financial vibrational set point. So if you think about it like a thermometer, all right? So if you set the thermometer for 70 degrees, then when the temperature goes below 70 degrees, the heat comes on and takes it back to 70 degrees. If it gets hotter than 70, then the air conditioner takes it back down to 70 degrees. Well, that's what we have. We have a vibrational set point. We have a financial set point. And if you increase your fees significantly higher than your set point right now, what's going to happen? Boom. You're going to be brought back down, right? You might get a client, but then you end up sabotaging it, or the clients end up backing out, or, you know, you drop back down to your natural financial set point and decide you need to lower your fees. You know, it could look a lot of different ways. But when you're willing to be the tortoise and raise your prices incrementally, you raise it, you get aligned with how that feels, and then you raise it again, and you get aligned with how that feels. And then 6 months or a year from now, you'll look back and say what I did. What was I thinking? Undercharging like that. How could I have charged so little for that value? The other thing I would say is you'll also find that as you continue investing in yourself at higher and higher increments, that also raises your set point. It only makes sense, right? When you see the value, then others start to see the value as well. Could you go over the 3 beliefs? I will put them, which will be better because you won't remember. I'll put them in the notes after this video. How's that? Then you'll be able to write them down. Okay. So if you've only ever invested, just think about this. Let's say you invested $97 courses. You've never invested more than that. Then where are you going to find the vibration to invest $5,000? I'm not invest, but to charge $5,000 for your courses when the most you're only willing to pay is $97 a month for yours, right? Does that make sense? Okay. I know it's typically difficult to offer $5,000 or $10,000 offers if you've never invested $500 for yourself. Okay. It's all vibrational. It's all vibrational. It doesn't mean you have to match what yours are. It doesn't mean that at all, but you have to be vibrationally aligned with it. Okay. My latest investment in mentors is over $70,000 over the past couple of years. And they have been the best investments I've made. I'm committed, people. I got that money in. I'm committed. And my programs are nothing compared to that. So be okay with being the tortoise, not the hare. All right. And then one more principle, and this one's really more tactical than energetic. And that is this, and this is what I was alluding to earlier. Less is more. I know this seems counterintuitive, but the higher your offer is, the less stuff you need in it. All right. Now you might be thinking the opposite. You might be thinking, well, if I double my fee, I got to make the program twice as long, or I got to double the amount of time I give them in the program. They're going to need even more of me. Not necessarily true. All right. If you think about it, like the iPhone has less features than the Samsung, but the iPhone is a lot more expensive. All right. And people pay it. I did, right? But I didn't choose the iPhone because it offered more. I chose it because it's easier to use and it has what I need, right? Love it. Functional, more functional for me. So these are the things that your client's going to say, is what you're doing resonate with what I need? Do I like your style? Can you create the transformation? That's really what they want to know. Can you help them get to where they want to be? And if they see that you can, that's what you want them to know. And that's when they sign up, right? But they're not signing up because you've got 70,000 bonuses and that you're going to change your program from 30-minute sessions to hour-and-a-half sessions, all that stuff. They don't want that. Less is more. They want quality and they want the support, but less is more. So be thinking about that when you're creating your premium offers. The caliber of clientele who are attracted to premium offers don't want more stuff. They want results, right? I used to pay a personal trainer. He would work with me right up to the very, very last second of the hour because felt like, okay, I want you to make sure you get your money's worth. Oh my goodness. I was not paying to be working with him for a full hour. I was paying him to get me transformation, right? I was looking for results. Then when I found my current trainer, I happily paid him and would pay him even more. If you're listening to this, oh my goodness, you better come talk to me. My trainer's in here. Anyway, but I happily pay him more because he can get me results working with him at half an hour at a time, right? Results, not the stuff. Make sense? All right. Typically, people who invest for premium offers are usually looking to save time and to simplify their lives, right? They want simple systems that gets the results without the fluff. They want to make more money in less time. They want simpler systems. They don't want complicated. They want to create the transformation. They want the breakthroughs. If it's mindset breakthroughs, they want the healing or the health breakthroughs. They want transformation. They want the framework or the structure that you can provide, right? so that they can execute it without a lot of complication and long drawn out. Like if it's for business, you don't want to have to do long drawn out sales calls. You don't want complicated funnels. You don't want complex launches. I know for me, I wanted a simpler game. When I got started into this business, I was doing all the kinds of launches and the crazy stuff that I let go a long time ago. Now I do certain things like Facebook challenges and things like that, but it's what I love to do. And it's a simple process. Okay. We are in information overload as it is. People want transformation versus more information. So throwing more stuff in to make it look more valuable is not the way to do it. You want the ability to cut their cost, cut their time, give them the breakthrough, the implementation. Those are the things that lead to transformation, right? Easy, so easy for us to make things complicated. Stop making things complicated. It's difficult to make things simple, right? Especially when we're teaching. People who can simplify things will get paid a lot of money in this world. And so just remember, when you want to increase your fees, what you're charging for are the results and transformation you help your clients achieve. And everything you do in that premium offer is to do just that. That is your laser focus, right? If you're selling online courses or low-end offers up to, let's say, about $1,000 or so, you're selling a lot of features usually. Like the course provides X number of videos and this many downloadable resources and materials in a workbook. It's more about the things that you're going to get, right? But the more premium your offer is and the higher your fee is, they don't care about the number of videos. They don't care about what materials are included. They want to know what kind of results they can achieve and what's the fastest path to that result, right? So people don't buy on price. When it comes to increasing your fees, raise them incrementally if that will help you, absolutely, or double them if that makes you feel good and it gets you excited. There's no right one way, okay? It's which way is going to work best for you. We are not cookies. That's why cookie cutter doesn't work, all right? And then, of course, less is more. Less is more. So bottom line, if you want to attract high-end clients, stop leading with low-end offers. I'm not saying don't have low-end offers. Stop leading with the low-end offers. And for any of you who might be interested in knowing more about the Enlightened Business Success Academy and how to scale your businesses with premium offers, you can just put curious in the comments, or you can reach out to me privately and we can send you some more information about that. But in the meantime, always remember, as long as you never give up, you take one step at a time. Success is your only option. Big, big heart hugs. Lots of love. Bye for now.